family get-together, always gets the picture of Grandma snoring.
I bet you're glad that they've come out with a camera that when you hold it doesn't shake, even though you're shaking like all over the place. Yeah.
Oh, how could that work?
I have no idea. There's some sort, you know, these people, they come out with crazy things.
Emily Tyus steps to the plate. There's strike one. Tyus doubled down the line her last time. Reached on an error and scored in the 3rd inning. Stole a base during that inning. Pops a foul out of play. Strike 2. Bartow 2 more shots at Kerry Tuning. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the bottom of the 6th for the Yellow Jackets. Parsons delivers, fouled off the backstop once again. 5-1 is our score. The Class 4A state championship on the line. A rematch of last year's 4A title game. Coach Tom Butler and Lake Region lost that game 2-1, but they lead this one by 4 runs in the 6th inning. Low and outside. The count goes to 1-2. 1 out, 1 on in this 6th inning. Devin Miller on deck. Lake Region won its semifinal over Citrus High School from Inverness by a score of 7-1. Bartow beat Wakulla 4-1.
And for Lake Region, that game against Citrus, Citrus went up 1-0 in the 1st inning. Was really running all over the bases and taking advantage of every opportunity to try to get in a scoring position. They were very fortunate to Lake Region, that is, to come away with unscathed. There you see the 7-1 final score there because they finally settled down and played a little bit more confident as the game went along.
Well, that's a strikeout, stolen base. Thomas goes down to second on the swing and a miss by Tyus. That's 8 strikeouts for Parsons. You see, nice play by Lawnsfoot getting over there to make a play on the throw. Devin Miller to the plate. She struck out looking last time. She has 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 run scored. And it's inside for ball 1. Outside corner for a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
Parsons worked her in on the 1st pitch, worked her out on the 2nd pitch.
Ground ball to the second baseman Sands. She flips to Wallace for the out, and the inning is over. Lake Region in the 6th inning, no runs, a hit, 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Bartow has time running out. They've got 2 more chances at the plate. The first of those 2 chances is coming right up.
Hi, my wife's been writing a book. She's been working really hard on it, so we thought we'd get her a cake. She didn't know we were doing it.
Why don't I make it in the shape of a book and put the title on it?
Go back to the RV and France changed the title. It's not embarrassing. You're not going to believe this.
Is that the same cake again? I'll take care of it.
She changed the title about 3 times. We went back to public.
You bribing me?
Annie, can't believe she's doing it.
Where's your dad?
How long has she been gone, Jacob?
I have an idea.
30 seconds.
Let's call it work in progress.
Yeah.
How's that
You know,
sound?
Ella, she was great. Let us off the hook. I was thinking of that title myself.
Yeah, whatever, Dad.
It starts with a pitch. Then a swing of the bat. Catch all the excitement of the inaugural season of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the world champion Florida Marlins on Sports Channel's Baseball Night in Florida. The Devil Rays take on the Orioles Monday night at 6:30. Sports Channel is 100% pure Florida sports.
Some of the Thunder fans here in Auburndale. Remember that nickname? The Orlando USFL team was the Thunder. It's a good nickname for a Florida team.
Starting to feel, yeah. And we're going to be feeling the Thunder next month, pretty much in the afternoons, consistently again.
I don't think so. I think El Nino left.
El Nino?
Gone. El Gano.
El Nino.
Now it's El Dryo. Look at those numbers. 50 out of 55 pitches, including the last 27 in a row. And make it 28 on a fly ball. That'll drop in for a base hit on the right side. So Tanika Rose singles to right field to start off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Yellow Jackets. 5-1 our score. Bartow needs a lot of base runners. Here's Jessica King coming to the plate.
There's no reason here to play conservatively and try to push the runner. I mean, you really need to make things happen. You can't give up the out.
If you're Bartow, you just keep playing it back. Got 4 runs to work with. Line drive, base hit, left center field. Willard cuts it off, and runners will be first and second with nobody out.
Lake Region took some time coming out to the field, and they had a little powwow before the inning started, and complacency a concern of Coach Butler, trying to make sure that his players didn't focus and were happy with a 5-1 lead, and I'm sure that's what the team is talking about now in the huddle on the mound.
Always like to look in there and see who's doing the talking. This time it's the left side of the infield. Jessica Tuning and Heather McCrimmon doing the talking in that team meeting. So it's first and second, nobody out. Bartow now with 6 hits in the ball game. Not that far behind in that category, but they're down 4 in the runs department. Here's Jillian Palmer at the plate. Inside, ball 1. That's the first pitch that has missed the strike zone after 29 consecutive strikes. Tuning's 1-0 pitch, little flare to the second baseman. There's one away as Tyus handles it easily. Tuning just gets the big out when she has to have it. She's done it all night long with only one exception, that being the infield hit by Rose that was just hit to a good spot.
Yeah, bearing back down again, and Jess Tuning actually led that little powwow in the middle of the infield. And look, guys, you know, we just got to get out here. We don't have to do anything fancy. Just let Carrie get the ball over plate. We'll make the play for you.
The high drive to left field. Willard going back, leaps up, and she makes the catch. Well hit ball off the bat of Glenda Black. She just didn't quite get enough of it.
Well, I tell you, Willard breaks into a little bit of a smile there, and as she was backpedaling out into the field, boy, oh boy, coming down with a nice stab, making an awfully nice catch, and gets a hug from her teammate.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter. Kim Sheffield will bat for Bartow. Tuning delivers low and inside, ball 1. Sheffield's a junior. Just saw Black just missed getting one out of here. I'm sure that's what Sheffield's thinking. Fouls it off the screen. Good hard cut. It's 1-1.
Good hard cut. Got to remember to keep the head tucked in. Don't pull your head out.
Sheffield's not gotten a lot of playing time. There's 3 runs batted in. Runners at first and second. There's a pitch, swing and a miss at a high one. It's 1-2.
Carrie's got that movement. You see the head's tucked in, the chin's tucked in. You see the head come up and out. Keep it tucked down. Let that chin go shoulder to shoulder.
Tuning's ready. The 1-2 pitch called strike 3 on the inside corner. So Tuning battles back as she has throughout this ball game. 2 runners on with nobody out. She gets 3 consecutive outs to put an end to the Bartow thread. We go to the 7th and final inning. Lake Region with a 5-1 lead.
To dream of cheering for the home team. To dream of heroes you can finally call your own. They're a dream come true. The inaugural season of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. All season long on Sports Channel's Baseball Night in Florida. Catch the best of Florida's high school athletes on Sports Channel when the Florida High School Activities Association presents the State Baseball Championships. Sunday, May 24th at 8 p.m., the Class 4A Finals.
AC pitcher Melissa Parsons in the infield for the Yellow Jackets of Bartow. State champs a year ago with Melissa, freshman, on the mound, matching up with Lake Region's freshman Carrie Tuning, but it has been Tuning's night. With the 5-1 lead in the 7th and scheduled final inning. First pitch grounder by McCrimmon to Byers, who throws over to Wallace. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th inning.
Byers charged that ball coming across the diamond and never set herself through on the run, which is awfully difficult to do, and in turn Wallace over at first base had a make a nice pick out of the dirt out of it. Good play by Wallace at first.
That brings up Kleibel. That two-hopper won't be handled nearly as easily. Booted. It'll be an error on foot. The 3rd error of the day for Bartow, and Kleibel is aboard. 1 out, 1 on. Lake Region leads by 4. They wouldn't mind a little more breathing room. In the bottom of the 7th, Bartow's last chance unless they tie it. Godwin, the number 9 hitter, then the top of the order. Sands and Wallace. There's a high drive foul down the left field line going out of play. Katrina Van struck out twice, but had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. It was a 4-run 3rd for Lake Region, using 4 hits and a couple of errors to have a big inning. Each team has scored once since then. Melissa Parsons, 8 innings, has given up 8 hits. 5 runs, 4 earned. She has struck out 8. Misses outside, a ball and a strike. Threw a 2-hitter and struck out 10 in the semifinal victory over McCullough. Low and inside, 2 balls and a strike to Van.
Really a masterful performance, in control, and game was moving right along with the no-hitter, and superb job finishing up with the 2-hitter.
Right back to the box. Parsons thought about throwing to first, changed her mind, and threw it into center field. So it'll be an error on the pitcher. And runners are first and second with 1 away.
Coach Rutenbar is coming out. Melissa, we need to get the out. Melissa got big eyes seeing that Kleibel, she might have had a play on Kleibel coming down to second base. Go for the out. Not going to turn 2. But you start getting big eyes. Here's a release, and as you see, it came back to the box pretty quick. We got to remember the runner is breaking, and Parr saying, I got time to make the play, but you've got to lead your infielder coming across the bag.
And you could tell by the way that happened. Somebody yelled 2 as she's starting to throw, because she didn't reset to make that throw.
Right.
She just kind of let her body turn, and when you do that, you're going to overthrow in the direction you're turning. You can throw further to the left than you plan to, because your body's still turning as you're turning left as you're releasing the ball. So What are you going to do? 2 on, 1 out. They want to keep it within 4. 4's a lot to score in 1 inning, but obviously 5-1's better than 6-1 or 7-1. There's a pitch down low, ball 1 to Carrie Tuning. Tuning singled her last time up, but it's her effort on the mound that has been her big contribution as she takes ball 2.
Corners are, well, actually Donna Byers is squeezing the line so that any extra base hit doesn't come into a run. But
there's a base hit through the middle. Around third, headed for home is Kleibel. She will score. It's an RBI single for Tuning, and we've got a 6-1 ball game.
Nice piece of hit and a big smile there. The second time in consecutive at-bats, Carrie Tuning has gone back up the box with the base hit. Good for an RBI, and the bobble there by Palmer, allowing the run to score and come around a little safety run in Kleibel.
Now Tuning has to stay in there. If they courtesy of sub run for her again, she's out of the ball game, so they will not do that, obviously. 2 on, 1 out. Jessica Tuning at the plate, 1 strike to her. Jessica Tuning takes a couple of practice swings and steps back in there. Tell you one thing, these teams have watched too much Major League Baseball. They certainly take their time and their conversations and stepping out and adjusting stuff. Tough night for that young lady, Melissa Parsons. Any runs this inning will be unearned after the back-to-back errors. Pop foul out of play, strike. Jessica Tuning, the only starter who's come to the plate each time who has not had a hit. She's 0 for 3 tonight. Fouled off the screen.
And for Jess, it's important mentally for her to forget about those other 3 trips to the plate. Focus in on this one at bat and mentally prepare for this time of bat hitting.
0-2 pitch called strike 3. She knew it. Third time she has struck out. That's 9 strikeouts for Parsons. There's 2 out here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll see who the DH is. Cheryl started, then it was Stringer.
They have no more DHs, so
Willard, the left fielder, will come to the plate. Sarah Willard. She made that catch on that drive off the bat of Black back in the 6th inning. If that one goes 10-15 more feet, we'd have had a 5-4 ball game and it would have gotten awfully interesting, but that did not happen.
Coach Rutenbar out questioning it, and I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Guys, it's not complicated. The left fielder's coming into bat. There is no more DH. I don't even own a rule book. I can pass that one along. Okay, here we go. 2 on, 2 out. A run in. It's a 6-1 lead. Bartow gets one last chance with the number 9 hitter and then the top of the order. Ground ball right side handled by Wallace. She'll step on the bag herself, and the inning is over. A run on a hit, 2 errors, 2 runners left. The bottom of the 7th. Bartow needs 5 or Lake Region will be the champs.
It starts with a pitch. Then a swing of the bat. Catch all the excitement of the inaugural season of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the world champion Florida Marlins on Sports Channel's Baseball Night in Florida. The Devil Rays take on the Orioles Monday night at 6:30. Sports Channel is 100% pure Florida sports.
Lake Region Thunder. They lost the state championship game, but now they have a state title within their grasp, a 5-run lead, and they just need 3 more outs. Carrie Tuning has done an outstanding job scattering 6 hits. She has struck out 7. She has not walked a batter. And she has helped strand 7 base runners, 5 of the 7 in scoring position. And that's really been the difference, that Bartow's been unable to come up with the clutch RBI hits that Lake Region's gotten tonight.
Yeah, never really able to string a couple together, except for possibly in that 3rd inning. And the defense of Lake Region just taking Bartow out of it, and really causing Bartow to be a little bit, I would say, a little flat on defense.
Well, here we go. Michelle Scoot Godwin will lead it off. Then it's Sands and Wallace. Along with Leah Secundo, I'm Larry Vitale. We're glad you tuned in wherever you're watching Sports Channel from the Auburndale Softball Complex. First pitch of the bottom of the 7th is ball 1. We haven't even had to say that very often. That is the 7th pitch to miss the strike zone tonight. Little pop backing up is Taya. She makes the catch, 1 away. Now we go to the top of the order. Shelly Sands and Lauren Wallace to come to the plate for Bartow. That 7th inning run means even loading the bases would not bring the tying run to the plate, which limits the damage, for example, that Byers could do. Now the 3rd scheduled hitter. Sands rips it foul. She pulled the trigger way early on that one. Strike 1.
Turn on that one. Caught that rise pitch just right. Nice job. She turned really quickly and actually never really followed through with her bat head. Kind of pulled the bat head up.
There's a high outside pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lake Region High School is 3 years old, and in year 3 they're closing in on a state championship. Tuning kicks that one, so Jessica fails to handle the routine grounder. It'll be an error on her, 2nd error of the day for the Thunder. 1 out, 1 on, and Lauren Wallace will come to the plate. Now, if you're Donna Byers, you're a senior, you're on deck, your high school career ending tonight, you probably want 1 more at bat.
1 more at bat, unless somebody turns 2 here.
We've not seen anything close to a double play in this tournament. Foul back, strike 1. A 4-run top of the 3rd inning for Lake Region. Bartow answered with a run, but left the bases loaded in that 3rd. And since then, Lake Region's added runs in the 5th and 7th. Chopper up over the head of McCrimmon. She got a glove on it, but can't make a play. It'll be an infield hit for Wallace, and runners are 1st and 2nd with 1 away.
Tough chopper that just hit the dirt and spun up and took a high bounce off of McCrimmon's glove. And realistically, had even with Tuning coming up with a play, would have been very difficult in the hole to come back across and make a play at 2nd base.
There's Byers, and she's all tied up in knots on a pitch on the inside edge. It's strike 1. Donna Byers has singled in 3 at-bats, but perhaps the biggest at-bat of the night for Bartow was when Byers struck out in the 3rd inning. The bases loaded and nobody out. Line drive right center field. That one will drop in for a base hit. Heading to 3rd is Sands. They'll send her home. Runners will be at 2nd and 3rd. It's an RBI double for Donna Byers, and we've got a 6-2 ball game.
Keeps the crowd here. People had started to dwindle out a little bit. Donna Byers says, folks, I had 1 more at bat here in my senior year. Good piece of hitting, just going with the pitch, kind of hung out over the outside corner, stayed in with it, leaned into the pitch, and found the gap. Little powwow on the mound. Coach Tuning out there talking to the infield, actually talking to the whole team.
Yeah, I've never seen the outfield come in for one of these meetings before.